this team carried this trainer to legends, so let's start off the first battle with Virizion up on the lead, at the back the Shadow Charizard, and of course Aurorus as our closer. So this trainer is none other than Woetmak, who is a big subscriber of this channel and has submitted over the months some quality content, so I can't wait to shoutcast his battles towards legend with this amazing line. So Shadow Charizard here will be our safe switch, and of course it's gonna pressure a lot the enemy, and on this particular scenario they are also having a Shadow Charizard. Doesn't matter that we are down on shields, we can definitely pressure for that shield scenario. Look at how easy it is for the big boom and that blast burn on the Cresselia for the Shadow Charizard. We just need one more. We're not gonna get there, but still that pressure them in using their energy, which is pretty solid. Now the Grass Knot can easily be appreciated on the Ultra League level, and at the back they are having a Cobalion, while Virizion here is just gonna dominate against that Cobalion. Able to get now to the second sword, however this is gonna be a CMP, but a second however here, because we are gonna take neutral damage while they take super effective, and they cannot withstand that easily like we do. Able to get to one more to pressure for the shield, they decide to keep it for the Cresselia, but they cannot do a lot of actions up against our Pokemon, because now we have the move Leaf Blade, which is gonna connect for big damage at this point on the Cresselia. They are super low, they have to do some drastically measures up against our Aurorus, but to be honest we are already there on that double Weather Ball, which is just gonna secure our victory to start off the video. Woetmak against the world, and now we're having the Cresselia once again. Are you kidding me? Not gonna like this lead at all for our Virizion. We have to get out of there, and a very bad lead on the face of Shadow Ampharos. At this point we're gonna take the shield out of play, which is big news for our Shadow Charizard, and of course by blocking here means that we can reach to the Blastman to pressure for that second shield. Down goes both of them shields, and now we can rely on Aurorus perhaps towards the end game. However, Cresselia is a very bad lead and tough one for this team, because not only it can wall down Virizion, but also those Grass Knots can hurt a lot our Pokemon, the Aurorus. At the back they're having another hard check for our Virizion. How can we possibly win this one? Let's get now to the Meteor Beam. Okay, now I can see a win con here, because we have vamped up our attack stat, and at this point we can survive those Dragon Claws with ease. We know that they do not have at this point the instant power, so we can just keep pressuring here for that second Weather Ball. Down they almost go, and now Ampharos returns into the battle. Thunder Punch has to be appreciated, and even if we bring that Ampharos to no HP, they still have their Cresselia, which can be a pretty bad Pokemon for our line. Able to catch the move on the Virizion. All of a sudden we got another win con here with that Leaf Blade, now able to pressure a lot after the catch on the Virizion. We can pressure so much that we have a double Leaf Blade once again. I like this play by Woetmak, trying to mess around with the mind games against his opponent, and now another Leaf Blade to connect and bring that Cresselia to red HP. Let's see if they have quite what it takes to bring to no HP our Aurorus, but they cannot, because our Weather Ball is gonna be here a few Powder Snows later, and we're gonna be able to farm down the entire HP out of the Cresselia. Are you kidding me? This was absolutely amazing. Into the next one, and we're having the Shadow Machamp up on the lead. Gonna get to the Leaf Blade. I believe that Leaf Blade does more damage than Sacred Sword, but I'm not sure. I have to check it out after this game. Most of the times I'm gonna play with Stone Edge over Leaf Blade because of the flying threat, so that's why I'm not familiar at all with that move on Virizion and in comparison with Sacred Sword. Anyways, let's get now to the mid matchup, because they're having an Alolan Muk, and Blast Burn here is just gonna obliterate anything out of that max HP. We're just gonna shield once. We're both even on shields here, and at the back they have the Snorlax, so a pretty standard team, pretty safe as well with Machamp, Alolan Muk and Snorlax. And right now we can land the Meteor Beam to vamp up our attack stat, and now the Weather Ball is definitely gonna knock out. No, they can still survive, impressively so. Gonna let that go through. It ends up being a superpower, and it's all all up to our Charizard. Here we got to respect the damage from the body slam even when resisted, and now the Dragon Claw will try to get that last shield out of our opponent. We are already there though on that second Dragon Claw, able to almost finish them off, and one wing attack later we can do that as Snorlax will follow the same fate. Against Drapion upon the lead, not gonna like this lead at all, I believe, because a potential Sludge Bomb is always available on that Pokemon, but do they run it? Yes they do, so big damage on our grass type Pokemon, but we're kinda defensive so we can survive that first Sludge Bomb with this, I can say. So able to pressure for that shield, and now switch out to the Shadow Charizard of our own, and look at that, there is gonna be a Giratina at the back. Sad news here is that they have the Giratina aligned now with our Virizion and Charizard, while we cannot finish them off with style with our Aurorus, but it doesn't matter because here comes now our Dragon Claw, and that is gonna put pretty low the Giratina. I believe that at this point Aurorus can go in, safely farm down before they reach to any move at all. That's a pretty nice move by Woetmak, and now we have a lot of energy to spare for that next Pokemon. It is gonna be the Drapion. They are not gonna expect the Meteor Beam. At the back they have the Ninetales, and I believe that the battle is already over. Let's get now to the Meteor Beam once again. Will you let it go through? Yes they are, so down they go in a very nice strong style up against our Meteor Beam. Into the next one now, and we're having the Powder Snow version of Alolan Ninetales, this time upon the lead. We hate to see it, we do not like our odds, but hopefully our backline is gonna be extremely strong up against it. Shadow Swampert now emerges out of nowhere, and to be honest, we're looking at a pretty hard counter team once again. So how is Woetmak gonna deal with that situation? Because Dragon Claw at this point can be fatal for the Swampert. They decide to stick to those two shields, not gonna spend them. Perhaps that was a mistake, because now we have the perfect alignment for the end game. Of course they do not know that. Perhaps they were expecting a second fire flying at the back for us. I'm not sure though, because Virizion now can go in, definitely tank one energy with that amazing defensive stats that it has. And of course now the Meteor Beam is gonna do a lot of solid work up against that Ninetales. They tried to catch a potential Weather Ball, that was not the case at all, and we can survive even a Dazzling at this point. Look at how cool that Aurorus is. I like it so much in the current meta and state of Ultra League. Everything is so messy, and at this point we can just reach to the next Weather Ball to finish off the Trevenant with style, and another big win will be for Woetmak. Pretty bad lead, perhaps one of the worst that you can get against that Pidgeot with your Virizion, so we have to get out of there to the Shadow Charizard, and once again we are met up with the Swampert. This time they want to shield because they know that they definitely need that switch advantage. We're just gonna keep pressing here for another Blast Burn. Are they gonna expect it? Yes they are, so they are already there now to the next move, and I believe that we should not block, so Woetmak is gonna block actually, and we can reach now to that Dragon Claw. Not sure if that is gonna knock out. They can still survive and still reach to that Hydro Cannon. That's why I thought at the first glance that we shouldn't go for the shield, but anyways we still got our Meteor Beam, which can just do a lot of solid work up against a Jellicent. They are gonna be already at 50%. At the back the Pidgeot returns into the battle. I don't know why they did that. They had to rely on that Jellicent, and now they can reach, I believe, to the Brave Bird for big damage on our Pokemon. However, at this point we can go down pretty easily. We don't care at all about Aurorus since that Pidgeot is out of the way. We can reach to the Leaf Blade, and that's gonna be a fantastic game for our trainer. Are they gonna reach another move? No, they are not. They're gonna fall to the following double kicks. To be exact, that was hexaple kicks. Yeah, anyways, bad one. So we're having now the Cresselia up on the lead once again. Did you miss Cresselia? I didn't. And we're gonna have another Swampert at the back. What is happening with that algorithm? Woetmak, you're getting super hard counter. What is this thing? Anyways, we're gonna be able to take one shield out of play, and now we're gonna go out while we have even shields for the end game. At this point, we can easily go in with a Virizion here, tank those Hydro Cannons, as it seems they do not have Sludge Wave because that was super early to be anything else other than a Hydro Cannon. At the back now they have the Giratina and the Cresselia, which means that Aurorus once again will be our clutch Pokemon to end this battle. So we can still reach to that Meteor Beam. I like this play here. We could easily go for the double Weather Ball, but to be honest, Meteor Beam is just gonna be the better scenario because we know we are gonna need the power of Aurorus till the end game, so vamping up the attack stat from now will be a very smart choice. So down goes the Giratina, Cresselia returns into the battle, Weather Ball able to take the shield, and I believe that a shield is mandatory at this point. Able to get now to the Grass Knot, so no Future Sight, so Grass Knot is gonna charge up a little bit earlier than Moonblast and the Future Sight of course, and now we're gonna go down before we reach to the next move with our Aurorus. However, we still have a lot of energy to spare with that double Leaf Blade, one to bring that Cresselia to a pretty low HP and one more to secure the victory, and Woetmak is gonna just go to the final battle. So let's see how this is gonna unfold because Giratina is gonna be our main leader here. And to be honest, ghost types are not our biggest assets, so at the back we're gonna go in now with that Shadow Charizard. They respond with the Ancient Power, then switch out to the Cobalion. Pretty smart play by the enemy, and they managed to block our first move. However, the second Blast Burn is gonna hurt a lot, and they decide to double block pretty early here. Okay, gonna call the bait on the Sacred Sword. I believe now that we need to shield no matter what, and with that in mind we can definitely annihilate down that poor Cobalion. So burn down 2 Ashes, Cobalion and Shadow Charizard will just grab this victory I believe for us. At the back they have the Registeel, which makes an amazing catch for the Dragon Claw, but now Virizion can go in, and because of the Aurorus I believe that Giratina stands no chance at all. Only time will tell though, because they can easily reach here to that Focus Blast. However, those Lock-ons are never gonna be enough to farm us down, and oh boy, this is Ultra League. We are already at 50%, we just need one more Focus Blast to faint. At the back they have the Giratina, we have nothing to throw here, only that Leaf Blade, and I believe that right after that we're just gonna go in with the Aurorus. They're gonna see it and yeah, they will back out, so that makes a lot of sense. So that's all trainers, thank you for watching and staying till the end. I hope you liked today's video with Woetmak here with those amazing battles against very bad leads, and of course feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. With that said, just click into the next video that might be of interest to you. Come on, what are you waiting for? Because I'm gonna see you there and we're gonna have so much fun together. Let's go!